Pare vësërri heru stati doner, urahem vur mezerek aysor, imanus Tanyel gözü ve ülkene yev aysor unim iprevim hyrus, Baron Eric Early, vur kısan utu yerort Congress District in it, gımırtsi Adam Schiff, yev aysor idem ikanım harçunları bir harçınem yev interview bidinim, yev gusam vur ajamara gırnak niyasin harçınel. Yev Eric, welcome to the program today.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
It's a great pleasure to be here with you.
Ditto.
I appreciate you inviting me to here for this program today, first and foremost.
Well, you're a star, man.
Man,
you are a star, and I couldn't think anybody better than you.
I was thinking how we met, and I finally realized we met at the Republican Convention, GOP in Southern California, Indian Wells, where you spoke for a few minutes, and your wife gave me a business card, and from there on we took off.
Exactly.
Our friendship took off.
Exactly.
And it's never going to finish.
Exactly,
so it's going to be a
bro.
lifetime friendship regardless of the circumstances.
Hey,
so
it's great having you on the team, man, because you are unbelievable.
I'm a volunteer. I'm not getting paid for this.
Yep.
And guess what? I'm not even voting for you because I can't vote for you.
Why?
I don't live in your district.
All right, let's end the interview.
That's right. We're finished. We're
Okay.
done. But the fact of the matter is,
Danny is a huge supporter of mine. I love Danny, and I invited Danny here to do this interview and to handle it. I wish you lived in the district, but
maybe by
but you are
your next re-election, I might move over there. So,
but you know, you're an incredible supporter, and you and your wife, your whole family, you know, and I love being with you. You're one of the special ones, Danny.
Eric, thank you very much.
Yep.
Eric, as you know now, we're having a good time and laughing right now, but our hearts, our thoughts, and our prayers right now go for the men and women in Armenia,
Yes,
in
sir.
Artsakh,
Yes.
in the battlefield, those that are in the hospital injured and hurt physically and emotionally.
Yep.
And we're hurting right now as a community.
Yep.
As you already know that.
Yep.
And in a few minutes, I'm going to touch more about that. Thus far, we've lost 830 soldiers and counting. Pretty sad for a war that should have never happened and should have never occurred. We also heard for the civilians on the other side as well. We don't want to see anybody die or get injured, no matter what. We're going to talk about the elections today. Eric, there's only 12 days left.
Is that it?
That's it.
I
We're in
take
the
every
final-
day at a time. I don't count it, but it's coming up.
We're in the final stretch, Eric.
Yep.
You ran a great campaign. I've seen it with my own eyes. You have hundreds of volunteers working for you, going home to home, passing out leaflets, passing out paperwork and the signs. And on November 3rd, Eric, we have a very important decision to make. It is one of the most crucial elections in the history of American elections. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
There's a lot at stake, Eric. And when they say, I've always said this, elections have consequences. And right now, especially in California, we're seeing the consequences of the super Democratic majority.
Yeah.
Which I don't like. And that's why I'm involved in your campaign as a volunteer, because my kids live here. They grew up in Southern California. I live here. I work here. So it's very important for me. Okay, so you're running for the 20th Congressional District.
28th.
28th,
Yes.
right, against Adam Schiff.
Yes, sir.
Believe it or not, I've met Adam Schiff 3 times in person.
Sorry to hear that.
I know he was a Democrat. I don't have anything against Democrats.
He is a Democrat.
Right. I've taken a picture with him. I have greeted him. I've respected him. But when I saw what he did to our president and his involvement in this impeachment sham, I got turned off. I have a lot of questions, and today you're going to express
Go for it.
a little bit more of that.
Go for it, Danny.
At the same time, Eric, I was sitting in the audience for your debate on October 5th. We saw the big screen. You came out, and that moment was a victorious moment for you. You performed very well against Adam Schiff, and I was very proud of you.
Thank you.
So
Thank
after that, a few days later, you and your wife both texted me saying that the president tweeted you 7 times.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was very amazing, and I was very happy to see that.
Yeah.
And not long after that, Eric, last Saturday, you got a phone call.
Yes.
And where's that phone call came from?
Well, it came from D.C., and there it was. I was on my way. I was invited down to go to a big Trump fundraiser in Newport Beach, and I got to meet the president. And it was, it's just, these are incredible experiences, Danny, and you know, I'm just very blessed. I'm blessed to know people like you. I'm blessed to know so many of the great people that I've met on this campaign. And I'm blessed to have met the President of the United States. You know, I love America very much. I'm not a politician. I run a law firm, about 25 lawyers, a nationally recognized law firm. I got a great family. Between my wife and I, we have 4 grown kids. We have 3 dogs. We have a cat. You know, I don't need this this politics in my life, frankly, but I'm so concerned about where the country is going. And what's happening. I believe we're in a battle of good versus evil in America right now, frankly. We got Marxists and communists, you know, socialists coming out of the woodwork. Frankly, the Democrat Party's made up of so many of those kind of people right now, and we got to fight it. America, I believe America is the greatest country on earth. You know, Ronald Reagan used to call it the shining city on a hill. I believe we are the shining city on a hill. But he also used to say you could lose all this in one generation. And we're seeing these evildoers on the other side coming out of the woodwork all over the place. And we have to be stronger now than ever to fight it, because America needs to be not only America for everybody in America, but it needs to be a beacon for the world. And one of the places America needs to be a beacon right now is in Armenia.
Yep.
And Artsakh, and I'm doing whatever I can to get the support that is needed for the folks that I need to know in government, for the incredible people of Armenia and Artsakh. So we need this America to be the beacon of light, the shining city on a hill. This is why I jumped in the race, because I'm so concerned where these elements on the far left, really they're Marxists, they're socialists, they're you know, they're nuts, frankly, where they're trying to take this country. We can never let that happen.
Yes. Eric, it must have been an amazing experience to meet the president.
Amazing.
I'm actually a little jealous, to be honest with you.
You should be jealous.
But
you got better hair than him now.
I know. Well,
and I could say that to you with I don't have much. I don't have much left, but you know, this is why I asked you to do this, Danny, because it makes me look like Cary Grant.
Well, I feel honored.
I'm joking, man.
But I know the fact of the matter is,
this guy's a natural talent. Well, that's why he's doing this. This guy is a natural talent.
Hey, I'm trying my best, man.
You should watch this guy. You should watch Danny play piano. It's unbelievable. Can't read a note, I believe, of music.
I play by ear, though.
Yeah, and you know, we're talking about a natural talent here.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I received your picture with the president, I was like so much excited, and I knew at that point that for sure the president knew what was going on in Armenia, right?
Oh yeah.
He knows from day one.
Yep. He knows my position.
His silence doesn't mean he doesn't know.
Oh, he knows. He knows what's going on.
Now, I was watching television on Sunday towards the evening, and the president was in Carson City, Nevada, doing a rally.
Yes.
And my wife picked up the fact that this lady from the audience yelled, "Armenia's for Trump," right?
Yes, sir.
And then Trump turned around and said, "Yep." He picked up on that, and he went on for a few seconds.
You know, I was very glad I could share a few words with his team about my thoughts on Armenia, on Artsakh, and the fact that we need America to be boldly behind Armenia and Artsakh. And so I was very happy with the president, the statements he made at that rally, which was later on in the day after the rally that I met him after.
That's correct.
And I hope we see more and stronger comments in favor of the brave Armenian people. I know that the boys and girls of Armenia now are being sent to the front lines.
Very young age.
Young age.
18, 19, 20.
And they're fighting these brutal ISIS elements.
Professional terrorists.
Professional terrorists. And, you know, it breaks my heart, frankly. And you know, Armenia and Artsakh have my total, full, and complete support. And And I want to see this get resolved as quickly as possible. But, end of the day, Artsakh is the Armenian land.
Absolutely.
And it's always got to remain that way.
It was a beautiful thing for me to see thousands of Armenians lined up in Newport Beach with their Armenian flags, with their protest signs. And obviously, not all were there to support the president on that day. They want to make sure the president knew their dissatisfaction, and they were asking the president to do something with their signs and their flags. But at the same time, Eric, what really almost brought me to tears was the mixture of Armenian and American flags together, side by side. And I'm almost getting emotional right now, but the fact of the matter is, this country has welcomed us.
Oh, yeah.
There's thousands of Armenians immigrants since Ellis Island for over 100 and some years.
Yep.
And we found a place to live here and do our business here and raise our children here.
Yep.
So at the same time, I told you not a few days ago that I ask hard questions and I throw you some hard balls. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, not all Armenians were happy with our president, and they're not. And it's obvious online, it's obvious on their posts, and I am with them. My heart hurts with them. I agree with them to a certain degree. So since meeting the president and talking to his people, what else can he tell us that can happen in the next few days?
Well, I can't.
Give us some hope.
Well, I hope, frankly, like so many of the Armenian people, in fact, all the Armenian people, for a really strong statement in support of the Armenian people, especially with this war that's going on over there overseas. I would love to see that from the president, and I want to see that from him. We can't kiss up to the Turks. I know one of the things that has his hands tied is Turkey is a member of NATO, right? But
that's an important point you're bringing.
But other countries in NATO have come down strongly against the Turks already, and I want to see the president, I want to see the United States, whether it's by the president directly or through the Secretary of State, Pompeo or somebody, come down and strongly support the Armenian people. And all I could tell you is I'm doing whatever I can do through whatever channels I have to get that message through. I hope I see it. I can't predict it. I don't know enough about what they're saying. But I got to tell you something. This guy, Erdogan, is evil. We've seen these evildoers in history before. He's charming. He's smart. He's ruthless. And we got to stop him sooner rather than later.
Speaking of Secretary Pompeo, I understand tomorrow he's going to meet with the both sides in Washington, D.C., and we just hope and pray for a resolution and for something concrete to come out of this.
Yeah.
So I know they're already working on it, and they're not ignoring the situation. So,
I don't want to see the boys and girls of Armenia have to go to war against these savages on the other side. And, we all know what these ISIS types are like. These are savages. And the boys and girls of Armenia should not have to fight these savages.
I understand.
Should not have to happen.
I'm going to come back to this Armenian issue a few minutes later towards the end of this program. But Eric, we live in California. Mm-hmm. We're in Southern California, the largest Armenian community out of Armenia. Okay, so if you're going to be elected our congressman, you're going to be responsible for the largest Armenian community outside of Armenia. That's a huge responsibility.
Hell yeah, it is. And I'm up for the job.
And let me ask you this. What have you learned since the conflict about Armenians? What is your expression about our people now? Well, I know you already knew us before, but now more than ever, what is your take on this?
Well, I've known this since before the conflict. Listen, I love the Armenian people. Family, God, family, country.
Conservative nation.
And very much like my beliefs, frankly, Republican beliefs. Mm-hmm. The Armenian people have these beliefs, and I love the hardworking ingenuity. I love the business. I love the love and I love the closeness of family, and And, you know, the Armenian people are an integral part of the great American fabric. And our country should be supporting the great and brave Christian people of Armenia. So, you know, as you know, Danny, I've got a lot of great Armenian Americans supporting me.
Absolutely.
One of the main guys on my team, David Terpetrosian, basically he's like a fifth child for me and
Hi, David.
for Emerald and me.
You're watching.
We love David. You know, we have so many great friends in the Armenian community, and it doesn't hurt that I happen to love great home-cooked Armenian food. You know, I will do everything I can to help the Armenian people. We know the history. We know about, obviously, the genocide in 1915. We know these Ottomans. We know what they did. And this guy Erdogan is a bad dude. And I'm very concerned, like all the Armenian people I know, about what we're seeing happening over there in Armenia with these Turks behind, you know, controlling things. And we must never, ever let that genocide happen again. I know a lot of Armenian people are very concerned that that could happen again. And I'll tell you, when I'm in government, I will never let that happen again.
Eric,
Ever.
we appreciate that on behalf of all Armenians. Right now, there's a lot of people concerned about California and our nation. Yeah. We're experiencing this pandemic, and there are a lot of the states doing things differently.
Yeah.
But you're going to be serving in Southern California in the 28th district.
Yeah.
So right now, everywhere I go, I'm seeing empty real estate.
Yeah.
With for lease signs and closed, for sale, empty buildings left and right. Old Town Pasadena. I know part of Pasadena is your district,
Yep.
right? I go to Santa Monica for my business. I see things there. These lockdowns are getting a lot of people wary and scared.
It's a scary time.
Our schools are shut down, Eric. Our churches. My church has been shut down for months now.
Yep.
Even when we promise to follow all the rules and regulations, to be masked, sit apart,
Yep.
limit the numbers, the district is full of homelessness.
Yep.
What is going on in the district as you walked around, as you talk to people?
We got
what
a lot
are
of
people
problems.
saying, Eric, for our young viewers here?
Oh, listen, Danny, we have lots of problems in our district, and my opponent he's moved away. He lives in Maryland, by the way. He keeps a 600 or 650 square foot single room place here in the district to make it believe that he still cares about our district. He's got a 3,500 foot home in Maryland somewhere, which is where he really lives. I'm talking about Schiff, my opponent. Frankly, he could care less about what's going on here. He mails it in. He's been focused on, on his Trump derangement syndrome for at least the last 3 years. We got problems here. First of all, with the whole COVID nightmare, frankly, I'm very much against the way this state, which I call the Politburo, the government of our state, because it's one-party rule. It's, I'll look into the camera while I'm saying this. We have these Democrats wall-to-wall, supermajority in Sacramento. They rule everything. We got some great Republicans up there, but Democrats have a supermajority to get whatever the heck they want. And what they have done to our state since the onset of this pandemic has been a travesty, frankly. There are hundreds of thousands of people out of work. There are tens of thousands of businesses closed. I've been saying this for a long time. We could have followed, for example, Georgia. If we had a governor and a mayor here and some other people in government who actually cared about the people and not about trying to destroy a president, we should have opened with social distancing, all the safety measures in place. We could have opened by mid-May. We could have had businesses going. We could have had life going again. We would have saved so many businesses. We would have saved so many jobs. And I'm so upset with the way they've handled this in this state. So, from the standpoint of COVID, it's a terrible thing. And from the standpoint of so many other things that we're seeing in this state, we have one-party rule in this state, and it's time for us to at a minimum, have two parties again in power in this state. But it's a huge problem.
Eric, what I'm thinking is all this lack of income from tax revenue and people working, this debt is going to be carried upon
It's a huge problem.
our children.
Listen, you have the debt.
My daughters are going to pay for it eventually.
Well, we're all paying for it now, and your daughter's unfortunately going to pay for it even more. Folks, I'm a Republican. All right, this state is under Democrat one-party rule, and they don't understand business. I support job creators and job owners. I'm an owner of a law firm. All right, we create a lot of jobs for a lot of people. I know so many great people in the Armenian community, so entrepreneurial, so many businesses. I'm such a huge supporter of that, and that's what our state needs. And yet the state of California is run by this group, and Adam Schiff is part of this group. They don't care about job creation. They don't care about business owners. They care about tax. They tax us into oblivion. They cause so many businesses to leave the state or to never start here in the first place. And instead, they bring in their revenue through taxing us into oblivion. I believe in the the entrepreneurial spirit. I want to get in government. I want to do what is necessary. Cut the taxes on all of us. Bring back job creators. Take the overregulation of job creators. Bring back business to this state. Create jobs the way jobs should be created, not with a government up there creating government-created jobs. We have to get back this state. California is in a shambles, and I put the finger of blame squarely on this Democrat supermajority that's totally in power. But I do believe the worm's going to turn. I'm a businessman. So many great people I know in the Armenian community. I mean, natural businessmen and women, just incredible. It is time to rebuild our state of California from the ground up. I do believe the worm's going to turn out here. I believe Republicans will get back in control of the state again within the next few years, a lot quicker than a lot of people think.
Right.
And we're going to have to rebuild this state from the ground up. We're going to do it. And we need the great, vibrant Armenian community as a major part of that. George Deukmejian, man. He, the great Armenian governor.
Absolutely.
Of the state of California. And you know what? He believed the same thing, okay? These are the things I believe in. This is what conservative Republicans believe in. Danny, maybe one of my former clients was Kirk Kerkorian.
Kirk Kerkorian.
All right?
Yeah, great, man.
Kirk Kerkorian is legendary. His personal lawyer for 40 years was my mentor, and
That's amazing.
And I got to work closely with Kirk on some huge cases when Trecinda Corporation, which was Kirk's company,
yes,
sued Daimler Chrysler. I was on that case. I was the second chair on that case representing Kirk, and this is you don't often meet legends.
Yep.
All right.
I can imagine.
You don't often meet immortals. And Kirk was a legend, and Kirk was immortal. And to meet somebody like that up close in person was incredible. He was as straight a shooter as you could find. No BS about him. Incredibly charming, and it was just my high honor to be able to represent him in that case against Daimler Chrysler. And I'll give you an example. Let me just give you an example. When we prepare somebody to go on a witness stand at trial, you'll get like somebody as major as Kirk, and there was nobody as major as Kirk, but a big business guy. Before you get 3-4 lawyers in a room, and you're sitting down with the client, and you might be spending 3 full days around the clock preparing him or her to get on a witness stand and testify. Kirk never wanted to be prepared. I prepared Kirk for his testimony when his company was suing Daimler Chrysler in Delaware. The preparation consisted of me and Kirk alone in a room the size of a telephone booth.
Wow.
And it was Kirk. I spoke to Kirk for 5 minutes.
Not 3 days.
No. Kirk, not Kirk. Kirk, okay, this, okay, this, and then I brought Kirk in.
Bam, bam.
It was unbelievable.
Wow.
When you meet a legend, it's you know you're with a legend. And then I brought Kirk into the courtroom, and there he was. He got on a witness stand. Before it was over, he threatened to beat the crap out of the opposing lawyer.
My goodness.
He almost got off the witness stand to slug the opposing lawyer.
That's the Armenian blood in him.
Kirk was, listen, he was, that was as special as you get.
Wow. All this talk about defunding the police, Eric.
Yeah, well, I can
Another
go on
one
and
of
on about that.
a major concern for our community.
Well,
okay.
listen, I'm a huge supporter of law enforcement.
Well,
Huge.
Thank you.
Huge. This defunding movement is an outrage. My opponent, Schiff, wants to defund the police. Schiff gets on his knees to this Black Lives Matter outfit. I would never do that. I not only do not want to defund, I want to increase funding to our brave men and women of law enforcement. I'm a huge supporter of our great men and women of law enforcement.
Thank you.
My opponent is a weak, he's spineless. He gets on his knees, like I said, to Black Lives Matter. I'll be happy to talk about my thoughts about that outfit if you want, but I'm a huge supporter of law enforcement. And while we're at it, let's talk about the education of our kids. Right now, our kids are getting...
Huge concern for me also.
Huge concern for me as well. I'm leading a lawsuit, lead lawyer in a lawsuit. We're up in Santa Barbara, so in the Santa Barbara Unified School District, that's up there indoctrinating the kids, teaching kids that Caucasians are bad, teaching kids that religion is bad, teaching kids that socialism is good. This is spreading around the nation in schools. We've got to get it out of our schools. I have many thoughts from when I get to Washington, what I want to do for our schools. We got to teach kids the basics again, the greatness of America. We're not perfect. Reading, writing, and arithmetic again. We got to get this sexually crazy stuff out of our young kids' educations. Big issue for me.
There's a lot of parents concerned about this, Eric,
yes.
especially in public schools, and
yes.
I 100% agree with you. Look, in the last couple of minutes that we have together here,
yes, sir.
Why should we elect Eric Early? Give me your last spiel.
First of all, you know what? I love America. I believe America is the greatest country on earth. I believe we are the shining city on a hill. And we can never get knocked off that hill. But right now we got enemies all over the place. We have this uprising of these communists, these socialists, these anarchists all around us. And they've been working on our kids' brains in their schools for the last 20 years under our noses. This world needs a great America, all right? We are the shining city on the hill. We must remain that. And, I could go on, but, I support law enforcement. I support educating our kids the right way. I support fighting for all of our great people, and I support the great and vibrant Armenian community.
Well, Eric, I think a lot of people are going to be praying for you.
Thank you.
And it's kind of, shameful to say the word prayer now, or praying, or involving religion.
Well, that's another reason why we got it.
I'm not shy about it.
I'm not shy about it either. Listen, this is, I believe in God, family, and country, and nobody's going to ever stop me from saying that.
Vor cerkven dak mer serli Eric Erlin November 3-ին cer ընտանիքներով, cer թրացներով, cer հարևաններով, cer բարեկամներով բոլորը գնացեք եւ Eric Erlin մեր նոր congressman-ը բիլա ասպատուզենե November 3-ին. I want to pitch for all the young people that are watching this, for all those that can vote in this election. We need some fresh blood. We need some new ideas. We need somebody new out there to represent the Armenian community, and that man is Eric Early. I ask you guys to consider voting for him on November 3rd, and thank you very much for this time. Have a good day. God bless you all.